Hey everyone, I'm Chris from Champion Helmets and welcome to our review of the Dainese Axial D1 and D1 Air motorcycle boots. So I have with me the latest and greatest from the Italian powerhouse of Dainese. These are the Dainese Axial D1 motorcycle racing boots. They've been designed for the MotoGP and have been actually worn in the MotoGP by riders such as Valentino Rossi. These are not his actual boots, I'm sure he has his own, but if it's good enough for Rossi, then it's good enough for me. They're great racing boots, real top tier, and once I go through all those different features of them, I'm sure you'll understand why. So these are the replacement to the older Dainese Axial Pro In motorcycle boots, and it's a night and day difference between the two. These are just fantastic motorcycle boots and the others are not. That's of course a lie, because these are the Dainese Axial Pro Ins, the old ones, and these are the Dainese Axial D1s. As you can see, there are very few differences between them, and that's because there are very few differences between them. They're practically the same boot with a couple little tweaks. I'll go through that though when I've showed you all the specs of the boots, and I also promise to not lie to you about which one is which again. So if we come around to the heel of the boot, first thing you'll notice probably is the Dainese slider there with the Dainese logo. It's made out of steel, and we have some hard rubber around it as well. This is going to give you some good abrasion resistance and a little bit of shock absorption, and that's going to protect you nicely at the back. If you come down here to the sole of the boot, first we have the Dainese logo. Very nice, but hardly visible because it's on the sole. The sole is made out of a nice tough rubber, and that's going to give you some good shock absorption as well. And it's also going to give you some good grip on your bike and when you're walking, although you don't really need to walk far in these boots typically. Coming to the inside ankle, here we have a nice suede material, and that material is going to protect you from the heat of your bike, and that's going to give you some nice comfort. It's going to be less bothersome while you're riding, but it's also going to protect your bike from you because you can scratch your bike up with your boots. So nice feature there, good to see. Most of the shoe here of the foot is covered by leather, cowhide leather, nice tough sturdy material. Here we have a toe shifter protector. It's made out of like a harder plastic, I believe, and it's going to grip better with this, and it's going to just make sure that you're not scratching the leather of your motorcycle boot and wearing it down. If you come to the very front, we have here a toe slider, and this is made out of magnesium, which is lighter than steel and I believe stronger. And once you wear it down, you can easily remove it via these two screws and then replace it. So on the outside ankle, we have as well a plastic window. Beneath that plastic is carbon fiber, of course. It looks pretty cool. It's part of the D-Axial system, which is going to be a major safety feature of the boot. I'll get to that a little bit later when we can see it better. Then coming up here to the ankle, we have a metal slider with the Dainese name on it. It's going to give you some good abrasion resistance at that typical weak point. Coming around to the front, we have here this softer material, and it's going to allow you to just flex in your boot a little bit more. That's very important when you're in such a stiff and rigid boot like this. So if you come up here to the leg of the boot, we'll see the D-stone material. This is a soft and flexible material, but it's also incredibly abrasive resistant. On top of that, we have Velcro as well. Big piece here, little piece there. It's going to allow you to connect your boots to your suit, and it's going to cover it, and it's going to be a closed system, which is going to offer more protection in a crash. At the very back here, I can unzip it, and you can see that D-stone material is very flexible. But here you can see the D-Axial system itself. This is carbon fiber here connecting onto carbon fiber underneath. It's the same carbon fiber you can see there in the window, and that's very protective. If you come to the other side, the carbon fiber is going to run up here, through this, there, and it's going to do the same thing on the other side. So you have some very good protection there. I'll show you. It's going to allow you to move like this, but not like this, which is great because this is the direction the bones in your foot move, and not like that. So it's going to actually protect your foot while giving you some good freedom and movement. And that's really important in a crash. It can actually save your foot. And when you're at high speeds, this is what you want to have protecting you. So to put the boot on, all you have to do is remove this Velcro here like that, pull that down, slide your foot into the boot, easy peasy, no problem there. And on the inside, covers all the inside of the boot is this kind of material, and it's going to be very, very cool and soft material. It's moisture wicking, all that kind of good stuff. So it'll keep you nice and fresh. And if it doesn't, you're someone who needs a little bit extra, there's also the Dainese Axial D1 air boots, and I'll show you them in a moment. That's going to be a little bit more ventilated for you as well. So if I close this up, there's nylon on the inside as well as reinforcement, but I can't really get a camera in there to show you, sadly, but it's there. We have here the speed lacing system as well. Just goes to show that anything can be a race if you really wanted to. So you can just see with this boot, and from all the different materials that I've listed, the cowhide leather, the magnesium, D-stone material, there's carbon fiber, aramid. These are very high-end, very tough materials, and it just goes to show the overall quality of this boot. So now I've run through the specs of the Dainese Axial D1. Let's compare the Dainese Axial D1 with the older Dainese Axial Pro In boots. Basically, there's not too much to say, so this will be quite quick. The first thing is the toe slider. This one on the old one's made out of metal, this one's magnesium, so it's going to be lighter and stronger. That's a nice addition there, I guess. This material has been, this design has been changed. This one is a little bit grippier, this one not so much. Small change, probably not too noticeable for most people. Something else is the Velcro. This one is quite soft. It's much smaller Velcro, which is quite nice to look at. And this one is quite, it's a typical Velcro. It's quite abrasive, but it's also got this design. It looks like you've tried to sew it on yourself, and it kind of looks terrible. And that's it for the differences. Really, that's the main differences. There's not much at all. So let's put these away, and I'll show you the Dainese Axial D1 Air, which is this one here in the red. Basically, it's the same boot, except that this has perforation in some of the leather. And that's it. If you're someone who wanted more ventilation from the motorcycle boot, D1 Air is there for you. We're a little bit skeptical about just how effective it's going to be, but if it helps you, it helps you. So there you have it. These are some of the best motorcycle racing boots out there. Really top quality stuff. The Dainese Axial D1s and the D1 Airs. The D1s are quite similar to the older Pro Ins, but the D1 Airs are quite new because they have the perforation, that being a major difference. But yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and the Pro Ins were already great motorcycle racing boots. So these are going to be just a little bit better, but not much. So I hope you enjoyed our review. I'm Chris from Champion Helmets. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, that way you can stay up to date with everything that we're doing, Champion Helmets on YouTube. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you all next time.